그렇지.
I'd damaged that tree enough for one day. Centuries of hot days and cold nights had opened a crack in the cliff edge, deep into the living rock. With a flourish, I tied the end of the towel to the stick with a textbook reef knot. I could see that crack would make a good anchor point.
저 밑으로 내려가고 싶다는 것 같아. 내려가 보자.
Well, that looked really safe. But I had no choice. I hadn't anticipated going mountaineering when I'd come to Syria. I didn't like the idea of putting my hand in there. But there was something in there. A metal ring. As wide as my hand.
눈꼴인가 그게?
I took a firm hold of the ring. And pulled. Whoa there! Around the corner, I found the corpse.
누구지? 인디아나 존스네?
Oh my God. Klausner? Large as life and twice as dead. I'd hardly had time to accept the fact when I heard the door mechanism start up again. Oh man, no! The door had slammed shut, trapping me. I had a bad feeling about how Klausner had died. I couldn't think of anything to do with the statue, apart from scaring small children with it. I couldn't think of anything to do with the statue, apart from scaring small children with it. Okay, all right. I've done more fun things in my life than searching a corpse. But as my life expectancy wasn't great, I figured I should try every new challenge that came my way. Hey, what's this? I'd found some kind of lens. A very old lens made from a very hard glass. That settled it. The knight on the manuscript had been holding a lens the whole time, not a crystal ball. Without getting too close, I couldn't see any marks of violence, apart from his fingertips being scraped raw, and that seemed self-inflicted. Klausner had been pretty smart to get this far, but he was still dead. Without getting too I couldn't, apart from his, and Klausner had been pretty smart, but he was still... I'd searched Klausner once, no portable. You'd think...
렌즈가 있어.
I couldn't take the inscription with me, and I didn't have a notebook or a camera to record it. All I could do was stare at it and try to memorize it. In occidenta sita est, in ora mundi. Okay. That would have to do. The mouth's opening. It must be Ultar. My God. If he comes in, we'll both be trapped. Ultar! Don't come in! It's a trap! Stay where you are! You!
Hello, Mr. Stobart. We meet in a most unusual place. Please, do not make any sudden moves. I have no desire to maim you.
Did you say maim?
I did. Dead men tell no tales, as you say. And I want to hear everything that you have to tell me.
And what if I don't want to talk?
Then I shall, most regrettably, have to kill you. Rest assured, however, that I am an excellent shot you would not suffer.
Oh, that's good. Believe me, I'm really assured.
It is rather dark in here. I think we should conduct our business outside.
Why should I make myself an easier target?
If I fire at you, Mr. Stobart, I shall hit you even in here. But, unfortunately, my marksmanship will suffer. It could be the difference between hitting you in the leg or the groin.
Boy, it sure is hot in here.
No sudden moves, Mr. Stobart. Now then, where shall we start?
How about being bosom buddies and you putting that gun away?
Klausner, do you know where he is?
Klausner. 사실대로
Yep, he's dead. Just around the corner of the cave. You want to look?
I'll take your word for it. How did he die?
Starvation or dehydration by the look of it.
He was caught in this trap you were shouting about? Yes, I suspected as much. The Templars were not ones to give away their secrets lightly. Was he carrying anything of importance?
Yeah, he was carrying some sort of lens. I've got it with me.
Give it to me.
I don't think so.
Don't be a fool, Mr. Stobart.
If I give it to you, what's to stop you killing me?
What is to stop me killing you anyway?
You might hit the lens.
Not if I shoot you in the head.
When I fall, the lens might get broken.
Yes. You plead convincingly, Mr. Stobart. Perhaps you will live to see another day. Perhaps. Was there anything else?
Well, there was something in Latin up on the wall.
What did it say?
In accidenta sita est, in ora mundi.
Ah, the words of Caesar. Yes, that makes sense.
Well, I know that roughly it means to the west, to the edge of the world. But what the heck is that about?
It tells me where the sword of Baphomet lies. Mr. Stobart, I am sure that you are just what you appear to be. A gifted amateur.
Thanks, I think.
But I can no longer tolerate your interference. There is far more at stake than you realize. I cannot risk you inadvertently helping my enemies.
So what are you gonna do?
I regret that we must end this here and now.
What exactly do you mean?
I am a professional. You will feel no pain.
Oh, man. You're gonna kill me?
Your only choice now is whether you die like a man or like a dog.
Like a dog.
Hey, look now. Don't kill me. I've got money. Maybe we can cut a deal.
You disappoint me.
어? 계속 사람을 했어야 되는구나.
With a flourish, I could see that crack would make a good anchor point.
어.
Well, that I hadn't and I didn't like the idea, but there was a metal. I took a and whoa!
세이브 한 번 더 하고.
Around the corner. Oh my! Large as I'd hardly. Oh man! The door is. I had a bang. Okay, I've done more, but. Hey! I'd found a very. That's the night. I couldn't take the. And I didn't have. All I could. In Occidenta. That would have. I couldn't take the. And I didn't have. All I could do. In. That would have to do. I couldn't think of it. I'd searched. No portable. You'd think. I couldn't think of anything to do with the statue, apart from scaring small children with it. I couldn't take the inscription, and I didn't. All I could do. In Aki. That would have to. The mouth's opening. It must. My God. Ultar, stay. You.
Hello. Please.
Did you say?
I did, and I want to.
And what if I?
Then rest.
Oh, that's.
It is
Wise.
if I bad. It could all.
Boy.
No. Now then.
How about? Yep.
I'll take.
Starvation.
He was. Yes. Was he?
Yeah.
Give.
I
Don't.
If I.
What is to stop me?
You might hit the.
Not it.
When I.
Yeah. You plead. Perhaps there was.
Well, there was.
What?
In. Well, I. What?
It. Mr. I give.
Thanks.
But I. There is. I cannot.
So what?
I regret.
What?
I.
Oh, man.
Your Honor.
Oh.
You are an. I should like to.
Yeah. It was a long way down. Below, I could see Ultar's truck. Okay, let's get this over with.
아! 더 빨리 했어야 되는구나. 어렵네. 이런 식의 게임이었다니.
Around the corner, Oh my. Large as... I'd hard... Oh, the door... I had a... I couldn't think... Okay, I've done more, but... Hey! I'd found a very... That's the night... I couldn't think of anything to do with this. I couldn't take the... And I didn't have... All I could... In... That would happen. The mouse... My God. Ultar! Stay! You!
Hello. Please.
Did you...
And I...
And what...
Then I...
Oh, that's...
It is...
Why?
If I... Bad. It could be... All...
Boy.
Not...
아.
Now then.
How about...
Klaus.
Yep.
I'll take...
Starvation.
He was... Yeah. Was he...
Yeah.
Give...
I...
Don't...
If I...
What is...
You might hit...
Nothing.
When I...
Yeah. You plead... Perhaps... Perhaps... What...
Well,
What...
in... Well, I... What the...
It tell... Mr. A gift.
Thanks, I...
But I... There is far... I cannot...
So, what are you gonna...
I regret...
What
I...
Oh, man.
Your Honor.
Oh.
You are an... I should like...
Yeah. It was a long way down.
빨리. 자, 잡아. 저거 잡으면 안 돼. 다시.
Around the corner, I found the core.
절벽으로 뛰어야 돼?
Oh, my. Large as life. I'd hardly... Oh, the door... I had a... Okay, I've done... But... Hey! I'd found some... A very... That's the night... I couldn't...
여기서 세이브 한번 하고.
I couldn't take the... And I did... All I could... In... That would have to... The mouse... My God. Ultar! Stay! You!
Hello, me. Please.
Did you...
I did... And I...
And what if I...
Then I... Rest.
Oh, that's...
It is...
Wise...
If I... Bad. It could... All...
Boy...
No. Now...
How...
Cla-
Yep.
I'll take.
Start.
Yeah, was he?
Yeah.
Give it to.
I
Don't.
if I
What is?
you might
No.
when I
You please. There was there.
well there was
What?
in well I but what the heck?
It there, Mr. Give.
Thanks.
But I. There is. I cannot.
So what do you
I.
what if
I.
oh man.
Your Honor.
Okay.
You. I should like.
Yeah. It was a long
아, 밑으로 뛰어야 돼? 밑으로 뛰라고?
I couldn't take and I didn't all I in that would the mouse Mike stay you
Please.
did you
I did.
and what if
Then I. Rest.
oh that's
It is.
why
If I. Bad. It could. All the.
boy
No. Now then.
how
Clock.
yep
I'll.
start
He was. He was.
yeah
Give.
I
Don't.
if I
What is.
you might
Not.
when I
He. You please. There was there.
well
What did.
in well but what the heck
It. Mr.
thanks
But I. There is. I can.
so what
I.
what
I.
oh
Your.
okay
You. I should like.
yeah it was luckily the canopy on Ultar's truck broke my fall.
Thank goodness for that.
The worst part of the experience was Ultar's driving.
What about the lens? Is it still in one piece?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again, George.
Really? Well, I have to say, I'd have enjoyed Syria a lot more if you'd been there.
I wouldn't have been much help. Anyway, you did just fine on your own.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay.
그건 아닐 것 같고 뮤지엄에 한 번 더 가야 될 것 같아. 저 사람이 설명충이야. 디자인이 좋은 것 같지가 않아.
Hi, Andre.
Hello.
What's with the long...
Haven't you heard?
No kidding.
I just don't. So many other treasures.
A modern-day alchemist, perhaps?
Who knows? There's no show. Hey.
Yeah.
Ooh. I didn't expect anything quite so.
I hope you're referring...
Oui, of course. Where have you been? Nicole said.
I just returned from...
Syria?
It's a long story. It was
Yes.
a secret in the cave. I discovered a map. In Occidenta Cita Est in Ora Mundi.
See,
Lies at the...
Strange. That map seems to contain a series of pointers.
Like I said, it... What did you make of the man?
It dates from the time of the Crusades.
We guessed that from the Templar seal.
It's a story and pictures like a modern-day comic.
What story does the manuscript tell?
I don't know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, oui, pilgrims in their thousands on their way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade is nothing new, you know. It's been around for centuries. Ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras,
Who's he?
a Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time. The only thing I can be sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Can you identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did, Georgie. He's a member of the De Vasconcelos family from the Costa Calida.
Were they famous?
No,
Costa Calda.
they're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh.
The spotlight of history moved on. They're probably long dead.
Do you think the manuscript could be the map to the Templar treasure?
Frankly, no. That's too far-fetched. The manuscript is interesting enough and a rare find, but that's all.
Wouldn't it be terrific if it was a map, though? The treasure of the Knights Templar.
A romantic notion, Georgie, but extremely improbable.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
그러면은 스페인으로 가게 되나? 그렇지. 바스콘셀로스.
Hi. Is this the De Vasconcelos house?
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the De Vasconcelos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the Countess and myself.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcelos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
No, she hasn't won the lottery.
A more cunning man might have claimed that she had.
Oh, yeah? They might have, might they?
And that more cunning man would have been kicked off the premises. The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
What do you know?
Who wants?
Are you angling for a bribe?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why? Okay. Well, I'll see you around.
Adios.
집에는 못 들어갈 거고.
Hey, you.
Yeah? What is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Then show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry.
이거를 뭐 어떻게 하는 건가?
I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone. Yeah?
See, my horse never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it? See, you.
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my horse has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
개? 개를 풀면 안 되지.
I hid behind the armor and waited for developments.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
2층으로 가야 될까? 그렇지?
Madre Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you'd just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
Thank you. I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago, and as for De Vasconcelos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened, happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission. Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me. Lopez, unlock the door, por favor.
Por favor.
This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobart.
Oh,
Come with me.
Hey, senor.
yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
슬슬 뭔가 좀 될라나?
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th
Templar
century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcelos Templars.
템플러의 무덤이에요.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
I couldn't reach up there. Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit. On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey, it's a checkerboard! The lectern top had a pattern of glass squares on it. Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern. Some of the squares had little jagged holes in the middle. Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again. I wasn't about to start heaving at sarcophagus lids with the Countess standing there. It was too delicate to move. May I ask you something?
You may ask.
체스판이겠지.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern. Purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart, you cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it? I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary. Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set. Yes, the old chess set! Oh, damn the game! Now hurry! My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
I think I am.
Is the Virgin Mary really the right person to be sharing a mausoleum with 5 knights?
You are showing your ignorance, Senor Stobart. The Templars were dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
That's a big candle. Where would you buy a thing like that from?
You could not. It is an antique, unique to my knowledge.
Just how old is it?
It dates from the Middle Ages, when the Moors controlled Spain. The candle was to be lit as a signal to the estate workers if the Moors attacked.
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be very proud.
Not 5, 6.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost to us.
You lost an ancestor?
It is a family matter. It can have no relevance.
Well, it's connected with the curse of the de Vasconcelos, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope you will honor my desire not to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'll leave it for now. You certainly know your history.
What's your opinion of the Templars, Senor Stobart?
The Templars? Well, they seem no worse than a lot of the knightly orders.
You are mistaken. Compared to the simpering politicians of the Hospitallers or the brutish Teutonics, the Knights Templar were the embodiment of chivalry. The filthy, money-grabbing French king and his pet pope did a great wrong. A bane settled upon my family at the whim of that self-seeking tyrant.
It was all a long time ago.
Some things don't die. Injustice is one of them.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos, is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. Their bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again. Ah, Lopez, you have the pieces.
Si, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
My lady.
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady. My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
It fits, Senor Stobart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
나이트 캐슬 샵 이게 퀸이고 이게 킹이겠지? 자 아닌가? 이게 킹인가? 퀸인가? 킹인가? 비숍이 일로 가면은 체크메이트지. 나이트.
Hmm. Maybe not. No way.
가운데 세 개는
Senor Stobart,
성배야?
look.
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
No, Senor Stobart. It is the communion chalice of the De Vasconcelos, missing for almost 700 years.
Wow. Well, go on.
I cannot. I can hardly believe it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
Are you sure? This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobart.
Sure, I'm sure. The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
So the curse of the De Vasconcelos is lifted?
Oh no, the Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice. But there's still the riddle of the missing knight.
Well, you can forget about that now and get back to finding the Templar's secret.
Actually, I promised the Countess I'd find Don Carlos.
You
Don
what?
Carlos.
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestor's tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
It's all part of the same thing. The chalice is important, I'm sure. The manuscript pointed us to the knight, and I have to find him.
What then?
I don't know. But when the knight and the chalice are reunited, maybe I will. This is the chalice I discovered in Spain.
I still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you. After losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger? She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Are you serious? She's old enough to be my grandmother.
알았어.
I'll be
그다음에
back
어디로 가야
as soon as I
되지?
can.
Okay.
뮤지엄. 성당에 뭐가 있을까? 지난번에 갔을 때는 아무것도 없었는데 누가 있네.
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
I guess you don't know much about the history of this church, then.
Just a little.
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
Ah oui. Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest. Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
아, 성배에 대해서
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour.
What do you make...
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know. It is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
오케이.
That'd be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Okay, thanks. The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well. A statue... A huge stained glass window formed a magnificent centerpiece for its neighbors. A huge stained...
그건 뭐야?
Per disciplinum meum lux videbis. A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess. The lens fitted into the end of the scroll like a hand into a glove. Hey!
어머,
A Knight Templar burning at the stake, and a date. Let me see. MCCCXIV. That's 1314.
일 314. 반짝반짝해졌네.
Hello again, Father. Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on...
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wall tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
Did you know that the center window conceals an image of a man burning at the stake?
The Burning Man?
What, you knew?
That there was a hidden image? No. But the church has a reputation for being haunted. Many times, people have claimed to have seen a burning man in the window. But when others they look, there is nothing. Perhaps the light has to be just so for the figure to appear.
Yeah, or maybe you need a special lens. Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it, but the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something. Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5, and just one more, Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the De Vasconcelos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own.
요한복음, 쌈, 시편, 고린도.
Hi, Andre.
Hello.
While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institut Hermétique de Nerval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now. A bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
That's right.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Baphomet.
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions. What does the word Templar suggest to you?
Templar?
Nothing.
Nothing.
You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoked so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean, when you finish your break.
Oh, when I finish my break, an interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too?
Okay, let me put things different.
I was hired to keep the archaeological dig and to touch up damage to the dolphin. It's a very responsible... Unfortunately, I'm not a...
So what do you know about the...
I know they won't let me in to do my job. I would complain to my union, but...
You couldn't be bothered to join.
Right. I'm surprised at the sort of people interested in this excavation.
What's unusual?
None of them look like
Do you know what an...
three-piece suits, crocodile-eyed attaché cases, Rolex oyster.
But no archaeologist dresses like that.
Quite right, monsieur, quite right.
So, who are they?
Who cares as long as they pay me?
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oui?
Oui?
What do you know about the... There was a long pause during which the guards...
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nothing.
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
The guard was being amazingly evasive. So, what...
I'm guarding.
Take it easy, I just didn't realize you were a guard. I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground. Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
There was a closed door with toilets.
That does look...
Hi again.
What is...
Trying to get into a locked washroom. I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks. Here's the keys.
Merci, monsieur.
어? 아니,
I need to use...
Again?
I have this...
Never...
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet in Syria. That place was kept in pretty good order. At least, it had been until I vandalized it. Still. I didn't want to use that unless I really had to. The cold tap's washer looked to have failed. It was just dribbling down the sink.
뭐지? 비누? 열쇠를 비누에다가?
I made an impression of the big key in the cake of soap.
석고를 여기다가
I carefully sprinkled the plaster into the soap.
석고를 물을 해서 말려.
Well, it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key. Way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well. Maybe not.
Hey, monsieur, don't go with my keys.
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone.
Hi, Nico?
Georges,
Nothing yet.
nothing.
No.
Georges, what?
Oh, no reason.
You did.
Oh.
Oh.
What is it?
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Hi, it's me again.
What?
I made this key out.
Australing. Have you ever... Yes, it... I know, you know, I used...
You?
Yes, me.
Have you seen this?
Yes.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Hello, Nico. It's me.
What do you want?
Some ideas.
You're the man on the spot, George. I can't hold your hand all of the time. Au revoir.
I wouldn't mind if you held it at least some of the time.
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Pah!
Okay.
Hi, it's me.
What?
I made this...
Australing?
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
There was a dumpster full of debris. The archway was topped. The gate was surrounded by... I figured I'd best not bother. Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use...
Again?
I have this problem.
Never.
Hey, Smart. Why don't I just tell him that I'm trying to break into the excavation? Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
I figured I'd best...
What is it?
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Merci, monsieur.
Hi, it's me again.
What now?
Have you seen this man?
Yes, he asked me a lot of questions, just...
Has a guy calling himself...
Was he wearing a t-shirt with my...
I doubt it.
Then how's he...
I was pretty...
A greasy tissue. Don't, or there'll be...
I made this key out of plaster.
Australie?
I have a...
Imagine.
뭐가 있을 텐데.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Hi again.
What is
I need you.
again?
I have this. Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I didn't need to get near to tell. I didn't need. A bin stood in the corner. I wasn't. I could have climbed onto the sink, wedged myself into the tiny hole, or I could. Capacious as my pockets were, I didn't figure I could cram a shovel in them. The shovel used to feed the furnace. The thing felt really hot. There was a big old boiler used. I didn't need to get near. Being in it, that place was at least. The cold tap's washer looked to have failed. It was just dribbling down the sink. Trouble was,
What is it?
here's the keys.
Merci.
I couldn't imagine. A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping. No wonder it was warm. I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. I couldn't imagine. The doorway was full of assorted old tea chests.
삽도 아니고. 저 페인트를 어떻게 해야 되는 것 같은데.
Gunmetal paint. Interesting. Hi, it's me again.
What?
I made this.
Australia?
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I figured I'd best not. There was a telephone on the. Hi again.
What is it?
It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I figured I'd best...
Look for monsieur.
The painter didn't seem to regard not as important. The painter did not as... Hi, it's me again.
What?
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
There was a dumpster. There was a dumpster full of debris. Gunmetal.
Gunmetal paint.
The gate was surrounded by some pretty fancy ironwork.
Hmm.
Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use...
Again?
I have this...
The
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I figured I'd best not bother Nico again until I'd got a good... It was my plaster copy of the excavation key. Trouble was, it looked like plaster, and it felt like plaster. On the keyring was a big old key that looked like it might fit the excavation door. I figured I'd...
What is it?
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Hey, monsieur, get away from my paint pot.
Okay.
I should think. Hey,
Okay.
I should think.
Hi, it's me.
What?
뭔가를 해야 되는데 뭘 해야 되는지 모르겠고.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Hi again.
What is it?
I need...
Again?
I have this...
Again?
Here's the keys.
아, 안 돼.
Merci, monsieur.
I need...
Again?
I have this...
Again?
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
자, 이게 뭐가 지금 어떻게 뭔가를 해야지 다음으로 넘어가는 것 같은데.
It was my plaster copy of the... Hi again.
What is...
Here's the keys.
Merci.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
Kula.
Hi, Nico. It's me.
Hi, Georges. What's happening?
I'm at the excavation, but they won't let me in.
Damn. We need to know what's in there.
Don't worry. I've got a
뭐가 달라진 게
scheme.
없는 얘기랑
I'm
되는
going
거
to need your help,
보니까.
though.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while.
Who?
A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh, okay.
Stay on the line. I'll...
Stay on the line.
Hi, it's me again.
What now?
You've got a phone call.
For me? Are you certain?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? You must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't do to keep the lady from her hunk.
열쇠 페인트 칠하고.
The plaster key had soaked up the paint nicely, and now looked pretty convincing. Still felt...
Well, monsieur, what a strange woman. She was all over me, and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
Why, abuse? Ah well, I have a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
I turned the heating off. Hi again.
What is it?
I need you.
Again?
I have this...
Never.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Quickly and without fuss, I swapped the fake key for the real thing.
What is it?
I held my breath and hoped that he wouldn't notice the substitution. Here's the keys.
Merci, monsieur.
Hi, Nico. It's me again.
I'd guessed. What do you want this time?
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, George.
Look, I need to get the guard out of the way. Could you call back and ask him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
This looked like a good place to watch things develop.
Hey, you! It's the phone.
Yeah? Who is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse. You refuse. I'm wasting valuable time.
Don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just stand around all day.
I have a highly responsible job. Pah, don't me, you elephantine oaf. My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes and no brains.
Why, you...
This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss.
바포맨 이게 맞나?
Now there's a familiar face. It was the same sort of idol I'd seen in Syria, Baphomet. The Templars had certainly been through here.
바포맨은 F인가? 그래서 이걸 뭘 어떻게 해야 돼? 성배? 아니고
Close up, the pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around an axis point, a kind of focus to one side.
아 되네. 뭐가 쭉
And there it was, decoded by the curves of the chalice, the image of a church.
church. Image of church.
I found out what the chalice was for.
You've solved the puzzle?
Yeah, there was a distorted picture at the Baphomet site. When I viewed it in the polished surface of the chalice, it changed.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a square tower.
사각형의 탑이 있는
Look at the chalice.
What happened?
The priest at Montfaucon.
That ink?
Yeah, looks as...
No. You found a use for a priest. That's incredible.
I guess I'd better return the chalice to the Countess.
Hurry back.
그럼 다시 스페인을 가야 돼? 거의 다 일들이 파리에서 일어나네? 파리가 이렇게 신비스러운 도시였다니.
I'd been planning to return the chalice anyway, but I hadn't expected the trail to bring me here. The Villa de Vasconcelos was as picturesque as ever. The weather was still clear, and Lopez was still watering the damn lawn. I was beginning to suspect that he was surgically attached to that hose. Hi there, Lopez. How's tricks?
Senor Stobart, how pleasant to see you. You are well.
Fine, thanks. Is the Countess in?
She is waiting for you. I will show you up.
It's okay, I know the way.
Senor Stobart, I feel I owe you an apology.
No, you don't.
I was impolite on our first meeting.
Look, Lopez, just forget about it. I came on like a snake oil merchant. I wouldn't have trusted me in your shoes.
You do not understand. Finding the chalice has given my lady a new lease of life. It's a marvel. She smiles, she laughs. The tradesmen are saying that she is on Prozac.
Prozac.
Senor Stobart, what a pleasure.
Hi, Countess. The pleasure's all mine. I've brought back your chalice.
Why? You've had it cleaned.
Yeah, I met an obliging priest with a soft cloth.
Have you resolved the Templar mystery?
No, not yet. I don't even know what it is I'm after.
There are many stories of the knight secreting great wealth away.
Whatever. All I know is I don't want the bad guys to get it.
Ah, to be young and live in a world of moral absolutes.
I discovered something amazing with that chalice. In Paris, I found a church where they recognized the coat of arms. I found the tomb of Don Carlos de Vasconcelos.
You are sure? There can be no mistake?
The coat of arms on the chalice matches the one on the tomb.
Incredible. You have my most profound thanks. I must go there as soon as possible.
Yeah? Well, I'd be happy to show you the city. There's something else that I discovered carved on Don Carlos's tomb. Biblical references.
What are the references, Senor Stobart?
Psalms 32:7, Corinthians.
I am not a good enough scholar to know the Bible chapter and verse. I meant, what are the quotations?
You know, I forgot to ask the priest. I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
여기 또 뭔가 찾을 수 있는 게 있는 건가 없는 건가?
It was the Spanish Bible I borrowed from the mausoleum. Now that it had given up its secret, the glass squares in the lectern were just decorative again.
성경, 스페인어 성경을 할머니랑 다시 얘기해야 되나? 아이고. 이게 웬일이야?
Hello again.
Please.
Here's the Bible.
Very well. Let us begin. The first reference.
Psalms 32:7.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. My hiding place.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to where we found the chalice.
You are right, of course. The next.
Okay, John 4:11.
John 4:11. Here. The well is deep. The next. Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. Will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
우물
Save me
깊고
from the lion's mouth,
어둠이
for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorn.
사자의 입 유니콘.
The last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what does it mean?
I can't guess.
Salient points seem to be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is there mausoleum a well, Senor Stobart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time. Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
어떻게 해야 될까?
I'll just have another look around.
Very well.
아까 거기서 한 거 같은데 깊은 우물 같은 거?
Hi, Lopez.
Certainly, sir.
You must know just about it.
See.
Do you know?
Well, how can you laugh?
Great.
How should I know? The well was covered over in the...
And you have no idea where...
None. It was hidden even before...
You must have a vague idea.
It must have been in the old house.
Here? Okay.
There might be a way.
Any idea?
Not as yet.
Any idea?
Not.
Catch you.
Adios.
저기에 있을 거야. 저 밑으로 뭔가 깊숙하게 통로가 있거나 하겠지. 이 초 말이야, 초. 초에 불을 붙여야 돼. 어떻게 붙일 수 있을까? 휴지에다가 불을 붙여서 다시 휴지에다가 불을 붙여서 여기다가
No, that was a silly idea. I decided to think things through.
불을 붙여서 초에다가 이렇게 하고 꺼져버렸네?
Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit. No, that was a silly idea.
창문을 닫아야 되나? 창문을 닫고 다시 불을 붙여.
The candle had burnt brilliantly, but only for a couple of minutes. Some kind of special formulation, I guess. And had yielded up this. A complex shape expertly cut in stone. I figured it was some kind of key.
어떤 길까?
It was a smooth, intricately carved piece of stone that had been concealed inside the great candle.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
음,
Any ideas?
We are looking for a source of water, see?
Yes.
For generations, the Spanish country folk have had a secret way of locating water, even if it is meters beneath the ground.
Ah, you're...
Eh?
You know, you get a stick and walk around.
Oh,
Yeah, I think most of the planet...
uno momento.
Right.
See? That is Hazel.
알았어.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, senor Stoba.
이거겠지. 뭐.
It looked a lot like a hazel. I went over to find a suitable stick. Aha!
어디에 있을까?
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Well, I got my divine...
Simply apply a little tension with your wrist and walk slowly and...
Sounds easy.
말이 돼.
Senor Stobart, you've found something.
This is it. This is where we find the secret of the Templars. Hidden here for hundreds of years. Lost from the sight of man until now. The mystery is revealed.
It's a tin can.
I've been walking up and down with a twig in my hands, looking for a tin can.
It had water in it. That's what the dowsing stick must have detected.
I'd have to check with an archaeologist, but I don't think the Templars left that.
In truth, Senor Stobart, the loan was laid many, many years ago. This can could date back to the Napoleonic Wars.
Get rid of it and I'll try it again. Lopez threw the can away. It seemed to fall an awfully long way. The splash at the end confirmed what we both suspected. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
It has been here all the time. All those years and nobody found it.
Stood in awe for a moment, marveling at the secrets all around us.
I could have fallen down that.
The well had been lost for decades at least. The air was cool after the noon sun, but that's not what gave me goosebumps. I have a really, really bad feeling about this.
Bad feeling about this. bad feeling about this. 여기가 문인가 보지?
A great stone lion's head with a gaping maw full of fangs. As far as I knew, nobody had cast eyes upon it for centuries as it stood, waiting in the cool shadows. The words of the psalm kept running through my head. Save me from the lion's mouth.
사자 입에서 구하소서.
From a distance, the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece. I could hear the sound of a lot of stone moving, and I knew I was in danger.
도망가. 어머.
Oh, very funny, you psychos!
Senor Stobart! Senor Stobart! Are you all right?
It's okay, Lopez, I'm fine!
Que susto me has dado! You gave me a scare!
Nice try, Templars. I wished that I had Leary's flashlight now. It just felt like a pitted stone wall. I'd almost been killed for the sake of a red herring.
손전등을 가져오라는 소린가? 손전등이 어디 있을까? 집 안에 있겠지.
Hi, Lopez.
Certainly, senor.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios.
뭐지?
The mirror from Lopez's utility room. Yep, I was still looking great.
거울로 빛을 반사시키나?
Hi, Lopez. There's something I'd...
Certainly, senor.
Catch you later.
Adios.
빛이 떨어지는 곳에다가
There, in the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket. It looked like this wasn't quite the dead end it had seemed.
오케이. 열쇠를 끼우겠지.
Open sesame! Another secret door.
Another secret doors. Oh. 또 체스 퍼즐을 풀어야 되나?
Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do. You won't be needing that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
George, welcome back.
Come in, George. It's good to see you again.
Is it?
Sure. What did you find in Spain?
Without Andre, we wouldn't have got this far, George.
아이들이
Yeah, I know.
거기에 있었어. 체스만 해가지고.
The clues led to an underground chamber at the bottom of a well. The Templars had left a tapestry showing a chessboard. The white pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean anything to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
Maybe we should tell Andre what else you found, George.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the world.
George found that
End
in a
of the
cave in
world.
Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Then we've got the burning of Jacques de Molay and the date, 1314.
From the window of the church in Montfaucon Square, one of the few places where nobody tried to kill me.
Then we have the image of a church that George found at the excavation. I don't recall anyone trying to kill you there either, George.
And finally, we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure you're about to.
It was only my cat-like reflexes that saved me from certain death.
Cat-like reflexes, eh?
And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Well, the Latin phrase are the words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
Are you sure? The map didn't look much like Britain.
How come Caesar described Britain as being at the edge of the world?
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain was a remote, unfriendly place, inhabited by blue-painted savages.
It hasn't changed much,
They've stopped painting themselves blue.
except when they go to a football match.
They used an extract from a plant called woad, Isetis tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in their wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How recently are you talking about?
I believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
1314.
Ah, we're back onto that, are we?
Andre, what is it? What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland. The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, Andre? As in Bannockburn?
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Knights Templar?
Yes, a group of outlawed Templars. They are said to have turned the tide for the Scots.
And it all ends at a church in the Isle of Britain at Bannockburn in a church.
What are we waiting for? I'll call a cab.
I can't go.
Andre, you've been loads of help, but
What George is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was?
We understand you've got commitments. Oh, listen, we have to hurry. Let's go, George.
We'll see it through. Oh, and, don't worry about us.
빼한학번.
Oh, it must be dawn.
Oh, I guess so. And we must be nearly there. Somewhere, out there in the dark, is Scotland. We've come a long way together to get here.
Yeah. Let's hope it was worth it.
There's something I've been meaning to say to you, Nico.
Is this the right time and place, Josh?
There might not be another time. I don't want to waste this chance.
You don't need to say anything. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but here, with you. Now.
You're exhausted. Why don't you get some sleep?
Sleep? At a time like this?
Excited, huh?
Would you like something to help you sleep, dearie? I've got some tablets in my bag.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Thanks all the same, ma'am.
Where are you going, Josh?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak. L-E-A-K.
Tickets, please.
Oh, hi.
That's a standard full-price peak return. Don't you have a senior citizen's rail card?
I rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well, yeah, but you could have saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no mistake. Tickets, please, sir.
Here.
Off to Stirling, eh?
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year. Still, there's plenty of pubs and a lovely view from the castle.
Thank you.
I don't want to worry you, but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. But I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you.
Can't you sit still, Josh?
I need to...
While you're there, and think.
Okay. The door was locked. Oh, no. That gangster creep from the hotel, Guido. Well, he didn't scare me.
Hey, Buster. This is a no-smoking car.
Okay, maybe he did scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of. Eklund, Marquet's murderer. I should have known better. Suddenly, the sword of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl.
어디로 사라졌을까?
Hi. Having a party?
No, this is breakfast. Come on, join us, man. Away, Basha, wake up, man. What's company?
His breath was like the outlet from a chemical factory.
Excuse my mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
We passed through Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, Paul, I didn't. Have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared. The old lady, too. I think they're in trouble.
Away, man, an old lady, too.
Yeah. You gotta help me.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like.
I don't think so.
They never go on their own. Always in pairs, you know.
No, she's been abducted, I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
Listen, I need your help.
What's the matter?
There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man. You wouldn't try nothing with us, and we are veterans, like. So action at Brightlingsea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a conflict at anywhere called Brightlingsea.
Well, you just take it from me, pal. You're in safe hands.
What is that? It smells
Right, I'll put here.
on your eyeballs, too, by the looks of it. See you later.
Don't do it, pal. Don't jump.
I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top of the train.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Just watch.
Hold on now, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
반대쪽으로 가야겠지? 세이브를 해야 돼. 트레인. 뭐지? 그치. 어떻게 해야 되는 거지?
I'd always wanted to stop the train, and now was my chance. You saved our lives, but why?
We were always on the same side, Stobart. Different causes, but a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe. These barbarians have no right to that name. These men are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A double-edged sword. A power older than Dimolay, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together. And Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy caused by the alignment of the Earth's natural power fields.
Which are focused at St. Ninian's.
The energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great. A power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
How did you escape from the Bull's Head?
It is a long walk from the cliff of the Bull to the village Stobart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness. Also, I have a sister who keeps a garage just around the corner. May Allah guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
One last thing.
What? What is it? He's dead.
Nico looked good, even in robes. Nico looked good, even in robes.
Don't even think about it, George.
What? Who?
Look me straight in the eye and tell me you weren't thinking of using that axe on Eklund.
Don't be foolish, woman. I was gonna use it on you.
Don't even think of...
What? Who?
Look me...
Don't be fool. I was gonna use it. Nico looked good. The guy was a professional killer. The last thing he deserved was sympathy. I had to admit it, though. I was sorry. The rear exit was barred and padlocked. I still thought it a good idea to take the axe to Eklund while he was down. Underneath that heap of tumbled crates was Eklund. I wasn't about to help him out. Underneath that heap...
Don't even think...
What? Who?
Look me...
Don't be fool. I was gonna use it. Nico looked good. Nico looked good.
Where do you think you're going?
Don't worry, I hadn't forgotten about you.
Answer me this instant, George Stobart.
I will, when I'm ready.
That's not fair, George.
No.
You took advantage while my hands were tied.
When Eklund pointed that gun at me, I thought I was gonna die. I thought of all the things I'd never get to do, and kissing you was at the top of my list.
George,
Uh-huh.
George, we've got to get off the train. Eklund could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for? I'd feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
His handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give them a good buffeting. Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show them now. What's C4?
Plastic, George.
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently, during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, George. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it. The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
I hope the explosion didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
It was a heap of stones and stuff which had tumbled. The handle turned easily, and the larger wheel began to revolve. Damn! Then the... I tried pushing the panel, but wasn't surprised when it failed to move. It was a heap of... I scrabbled around in the rubble and found an old clay pipe with a broken stem. Under one of the stones, it was caked with mounting excitement. It was short, hard, and black. It was... I didn't find anything. I didn't find anything. That is not a good idea. Maybe not. Examining the demon more closely, it was a clever illusion. There was a simple... The stone... It was so... The cog slipped... Now that the handle... With a rasp... I pushed the handle into the demon's mouth. As soon as I saw the flickering torches, I realized the bogus Templars had beaten us to the sword. But where were they now? And why was it so quiet?
Nico?
Uh-huh.
It looks like the Templars got...
We might not be too late. There's still a chance.
I wish I had...
So do sometimes. Listen, I can definitely hear chanting.
You're right. I hear it too. What do you suppose they're doing?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were holding some kind of satanic sex ritual.
So, what are we waiting for? Shh! Will you look at that? Baphomet. Labino was right. This place was ancient even to the Templars.
This whole place? This is Baphomet?
Finally, the truth. The Templars had never worshipped this graven image, no more than they'd worship a rainbow. But, like a rainbow, they regarded it as a symbol of a covenant with God, who'd revealed this place to them.
Rosso! Why, the double-dealing treacherous?
On the contrary, Inspector Rosso has been the model of obedience, an important quality in a true Templar. Now be quiet and watch if you wish to live much longer.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here to witness the reforging of the sword that was broken. Here before God's sentinel, Baphomet. Grand Master and Knight of Baphomet, we salute and pledge our obedience to you.
I salute you, gatekeeper of the temple. Seven centuries ago, our greatest weapon, the sword of Baphomet, was lost to us. Now we prepare to reforge it, to wield against new enemies. As the tired millennium dies, and this world looks for new leaders, we shall not fail. We shall lead the people to a new order, wherein all borders will dissolve. All will be united under the red cross of the Templars. George, we have watched your efforts to stop us with respect. But surely you realize that you have been misled by our enemies. Both of us want a better world. Fortunately, no harm has been done. We need determined, resourceful men like you. Join us, George. Join us in true brotherhood.
Yeah. True. Wait. Brothers? What about Marquet? What about Pegram and Klausner? You didn't look on them as brothers, only as failures. 3 men dead, and you don't give a damn.
George, you know that sacrifices are necessary. Every great undertaking.
Join you. I'll see you in hell first.
Ah, George, I had great hopes for you. C'est la guerre. Eklund, kill him.
I swear, I just wanted things to be right.
Take them. Kill them. They will not escape.
Well, well. If it isn't the great detective and his beautiful assistant, it's going to be a pleasure killing the pair of you.
George, what are we going to do?
Okay, okay. Let me think.
George!
아, 저장을.
Stay away!
So perish.
I'd always wanted. You saved our life.
We were all different.
The night.
Don't see these
What is the?
not it. Hey,
We'll stop. And Nico,
not
you're
so cold.
which are
Be a big. I like to have
thanks.
one.
What? He's dead.
Where do you think...
Don't worry.
Until...
I will.
That's not...
No.
You...
Necklace. I thought.
George!
Uh-huh.
George Beckland!
So what? I'd feel happier.
Can't get...
What?
Is then...
Oh, great. Didn't he?
You...
Wow. Boy. Let's see.
Plus...
We're going.
To...
No problem.
It...
Well, that's not. What is?
This...
Yeah?
Look...
Oh,
You...
I hope.
Do you...
세이브 한번 하고.
a large the wheel there was no I scratched under one. It was with mounting. It was short. It was. I didn't find any. The handle turned. Damn. Then the handle. Now that the cog slipped. With a rash. I pushed the hand. As soon as I saw the flickering torches, I realized the bogus but where?
Listen, I can definitely hear.
You're right. What are you so?
It would have.
So shh. Will you look?
This?
Finally, the temp. But
Rosso!
On the... Inspector, now be quiet and watch.
Here.
I... Seven centuries. Now we prepare. As the we shall all will be. Yours, but sure, both fortune. We, George, brother.
what about you? Didn't 3 men
George, ever
join?
Salam. Take they.
Well, if it isn't the great, it's going to be a...
George!
Come on, Nico. We're leaving.
You fools! You cannot escape us. Guido! Stop them.
But master, the powder!
That powder is from the English Civil War. You fool. It's over 300 years old. How explosive do you think?
I thought it was all over, but Nico had one last trick up her sleeve. Or in her handbag, to be exact. A handbag full of plastic explosives.
Maybe, but this stuff is brand new.
Oh,
You know, you'll never be able to write your story now.
I don't care. I've got what I want.
Huh?
Just tell me one thing, George. Is our life together always going to be this crazy?
아유, 끝까지 하려고 그랬는데. 이렇게 끝났네. 그래, 뭐 결국에 가짜 템플러였구나. 그래요, 한동안 잘했네. 뭐 그렇게까지 수작은 아닌 것 같은데 왜 이렇게 유명한지 모르겠어. 이 정도의 게임도 없다는 거지. 수고했습니다. 이거 만드느라고. 감사합니다. 즐겁게 했습니다.